disciples, and welcome to Everyday Hope.
Your daily inspiration from the Word of God.
And today we're talking about 10 or so, because I'm not sure exactly how many we came up with, ways to keep Christ in Christmas. So, really exciting. The holidays I love. Christmas is actually my favorite of the holidays. I always want to get the tree out, get lights going, get presents bought. I love giving things away. So I really look forward to Christmas, and it is really easy to get caught up in the festivities of the holidays versus what it's truly about. And I'm not saying I'm innocent, because sometimes I like to go look at Christmas lights, and the elf on the shelf things are really funny. And
You're not innocent?
I'm not innocent.
No.
There's a lot I enjoy about the holidays, but they aren't really keeping true to the value of what that day is really supposed to represent. And that's the birth of the Savior of the world, the Messiah, Jesus Christ. And I think it's really easy to lose that perspective and to make it more about toys, more about Santa, and more about all of these traditions that we have versus the real story. So let's just talk about some ways that we can keep Jesus at the center while still having fun. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't let your kids believe in certain traditions, that you shouldn't have a Christmas tree, you shouldn't go to lights. I'm not saying that any of those things are inherently evil or bad themselves. What I'm saying is, what we don't want to do is put those things above Jesus. We don't want to make the holiday about presents, about lights, about elves or Santa, instead of being about Jesus Christ. He's what it's about, and everything else is a second.
We don't want our children growing up thinking Christmas is about gifts rather than the true meaning,
Exactly. Just think of it like a Christmas tree. At the top of the Christmas tree, you put what? A star. Actually, that star is supposed to represent the star of Bethlehem, the star that led the wise men over to Jesus. But let's just picture that star being Jesus. Let's picture that being the top of our Christmas tree. Now, it's okay to have decorations, ornaments, lights, presents under the tree. That's fine. But the top of the tree should be Jesus. So let's talk about some of the cool things we found, and some fun ways, some cool activities to do to help keep Jesus at the center. Whether you have kids or not, these are still fun things to do. And especially if you have kids, a lot of these are really fun to do with the kids. So first, a nativity set. A nativity set is a great thing. Kids love to play with them. Our kids love to play with nativity sets. We've had a few over the years, and it's a great thing for them to get familiar with the people behind the story. If you want to get familiar with Joseph, with Mary, with the wise men, with baby Jesus, all 6 pounds and 11 ounces of him. And it's a really fun thing for them to be able to play with. So definitely have a nativity set out, make it a centerpiece, make it something that stands out among your decorations for Christmas. Next thing would be hide and seek Jesus. You need a nativity set to play this. So you guys know the elf on the shelf. That's fun and all, but let's tie Jesus into a fun game like that as well. So typically, the way it's played is the 10 days leading up to Christmas. You can do the whole month. You can do it shorter or longer. It doesn't matter. You hide the nativity Jesus, and depending on the age group, a hard spot, an easy spot, you hide it somewhere in the house, and every morning they have to find Jesus and put him back in the nativity set. So it's just a little fun hide-and-seek game to play with the kids every morning, where Jesus finds himself in a new hiding spot. Now, the next is Advent calendars. Everybody has an Advent calendar. Advent calendars are fun, right? We have a traditional one here, just a snowman with a little gingerbread man that you can move around. And they're neat, they're cute, it's a great countdown for Christmas, but what's a way we could tie Jesus into that? Well, I was thinking about it, and I had this idea that it'd be really cool if we could do some verses and make the life story of Jesus to realize great minds think alike, and this exists. So there are some resources, and I'll put all these in the comments as well, but great resources that have verses from Isaiah, Genesis, all throughout the Bible of the prophecy of Jesus, and then they tie in verses of his youth. Then there's other Advent calendars that have the entire life of Jesus, and every day you open up a new verse that tells more about him and his life. So really cool way to still have that fun counting down to Christmas, but making it about who it's supposed to be about.
Right, and we have a second Advent calendar too from Germany, where they open up, they have to find the number, open it, and it reveals a picture. So, this is something fun for children. They really love that, like the whole surprise of what's going to be in there. So it'd be cool, and it's learning for them at the same time. Another thing we found that I really liked was throwing the birthday party for Jesus, singing him happy birthday on Christmas morning, and
if you have a cake and cupcakes or whatever it is, you know the kids aren't going to be upset about that.
No, they won't. Even doing like a stocking for Jesus and putting in like writing letters to him, prayers for him for his birthday, anything of that nature to put in there. It would be really cool and get the kids involved. They can write a letter, they can draw a picture.
Yeah, so let's go that one, number 5 or so, I think, is where we're at with the Jesus stocking. And yeah, put notes in there. Talk about how you appreciate his sacrifice, your favorite teachings of his. Talk to him like the friend that he is. And don't be afraid to give him some birthday cards and put some things in there for him. With gifts, though, let's talk about giving Jesus a different kind of gift. And this one, even the adults can do. And this is giving Jesus a gift that isn't necessarily physical, but maybe more so emotional. And maybe that's saying, Jesus, I'm grateful for your sacrifice. I'm grateful that this is the day you were born, came into the world, and chose to be the perfect sacrifice for us. Because of that, I'm gonna fast to New Year's from Christmas, or I'm going to start giving you more of my time, more of my heart, more of my attention. It could be anything for you. I'm gonna stop smoking on this day as a gift to you because I know that it's something that keeps me from you or addiction that isn't healthy in my life. It could be anything. But just find something to give Jesus that you think would truly just make his heart happy for the dedication you have to him. Another one I liked a lot, and this is just because, like I've told you guys, big movie buff. Love watching movies. We have family movie nights. It's fun. And there's a lot of great movies out there, man. I remember those clay classics of Rudolph and
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman. I remember like the Snow Miser and the Heat Miser or something like that. And they had this song I thought was hilarious when I was a kid. And those are great. Those are fun movies. But let's not forget about, again, who it's really about in Jesus. And there's a lot of great movies about Jesus too. I know VeggieTales does a Christmas movie that's really good, and I love VeggieTales. It's hit or miss for most people. The Nativity Story is one I wrote down, and the Nativity Story is great. It was made in 2006, so it's not super old, so you don't have to worry about that. And it does a great telling of before Jesus was conceived up to him being conceived, the angel visiting Mary and Joseph, and his birth. So it's a great way to really focus on the birth of Jesus. There's a lot of other movies, Jesus of Nazareth, the Bible Jesus story, Jesus from the Gospel of John. There's tons of movies about Jesus and his life that you can watch as well. So, tie those into your movie night. Even if it's just one, you guys, as it gets closer to Christmas. You can watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You can watch those clay animations. Throw in at least one for Jesus, so that your kids can become familiar with the most important Christmas story.
Another thing too is Christmas Eve service. A lot of every church, I'm sure, has a Christmas Eve service, and it's also a good time to reach out to other family members or friends and invite them to come with you, and so they can get a view of like what your church is like or what worshiping Jesus is like. And
you guys all know those people that only come to church on Easter and on Christmas. There's no better time and better excuse to invite somebody than on those holidays. So definitely get them out for that. Next is an easy one. Adults, kids alike. This one's friendly for all. Read Luke 2. Luke 2 does a great job of describing the story of Jesus' birth. It's important. It's important to read. It won't take you long. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes. Read it together as a family. Read it with your wife. Read it with a significant other. If you don't have any of those things, read it with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. Share it with somebody. And read it for yourself.
If you have a little bit older children, you could also do a Jesus family tree. You can work on the generations leading up to him and how that all works. Explain it to them as well. And it'd be fun. especially if you do it like on a poster board or a coloring page, and they can help write it in.
Make a big project out of it.
Yeah.
Get some pictures printed.
Kids love arts and crafts.
Yeah, it'll be great. You know, I got Adam, Abraham, David. I mean, really work your way down to those significant characters in the Bible.
Stories about each of them too.
Yeah, and just about how Jesus is traced back his lineage all the way there. It'd be super cool. It's a project I just found I really want to do. You know, I can picture it being something that we keep up on the walls. You could even do it on a big canvas. I mean, the creativity and ideas for this are endless. Make it fun. Next is one for if you have smaller kids. 2, 3, it kind of goes with having a birthday party for Jesus, but yeah, make sure you sing happy birthday to Jesus. It just makes them know and plants in their mind that even though it's Christmas, this is a day we celebrate because it's Jesus' birthday. And something cool I saw that parents had said to their children was, you know, a kid asked his mom, he said, "Mom, if it's Jesus' birthday, then why do we get presents from Santa? Shouldn't Jesus get presents?" And she said, "Well, Jesus is God, and he loved the world so much that he wanted you to have all of his presents." That's how generous he was. I thought it was a really cute thing to say to her 3 or 4-year-old. And, you know, just think of some cool ways to really incorporate Jesus' character into the holiday, even if it's just little things like that, you know, for young children. Next with reading, let's talk to anybody again. Matthew 5, 6, and 7. You could call it the Magna Carta of Jesus' ministry. It really has the teachings of Christianity, the teachings that Jesus had come to say, and it's not all of them, but I mean 5, 6, 7, he really gives you a lot of great information in that, and you really see a true impact of his ministry and his life in 5, 6, and 7, at least in my opinion. So that was Matthew 5, 6, and 7. Read those chapters. That's maybe 20, 30 minutes tops of reading. Spread it out, do it at once, however you want to do it. It's great information, great reminder. I'd almost recommend reading that every week. That's how good it is to me.
And last thing we found is a live nativity, which we will be doing with our family this weekend.
I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to give a shout out, and I have no idea this person's watching. I know they've watched before. But I had a great friend growing up named Chad, and we were really close, and we were friends since I think like first grade, second grade. And I remember being about third grade, and his mother, Tammy, took us to a live nativity, and I had never been anything like this. We went to church every now and again as a family. You know, we're periodic at this point. And it was really cool because they took me to this place, and it was this desert landscape, and there were camels, and there were people dressed up in these robes and headdresses. And they had these merchant stands set up, like made of wood, like you would picture in, you know, the century that Jesus was born in. And they had like prayer rocks they would pretend to sell you and stuff like that. It was so cool, all the activities they had. I mean, I had a blast at this thing. And this is like one of my earliest, greatest memories. I remember having so much fun. And I remember this just really staying with me as I grew up, of being one of those things of like, I felt closer to Jesus than I had ever previous in my life, knowing what it was like in his time, the miracle of his birth, getting to see a play, getting to see like a setup of almost what we would picture identical to the Bible as best we can, description of the circumstances where he was born and what it looked like. It was the most amazing thing to me. So I'm probably going too much, but it was just a magical experience. I would suggest to anybody. We found 3 different ones. One you drive through, one you can walk through, and one's just more openly set up. I'll include the links to all of them. Unfortunately, 2 are Mesa. I've only been able to locate 3 doing this at all. The third is the drive-through one. That's in North Phoenix. So I know it might be a drive, but don't be afraid to make it. I'm telling you, if it's anything like what I remember as a kid, it's well worth it. We have not been to one. You know, we've always been tied up in other church services with our church or serving and other things. But we are making a priority to go this year. I want my kids to experience this while they're still young. And I would suggest it if you don't have kids. I mean, have some fun with it. Get in the experience of saying, like, I want to know what they dress like, what the houses look like, what the merch look like. Take yourself back in time. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. It's just like going to the Renaissance Festival or anything like that. To me, but it's
cheaper.
Really, really fun. It's free, you guys. I mean, the ones I looked at, they were free. So, I mean, by all means, there's no excuse not to go. That $10 in gas it may take to get to that's what you pay to get in anywhere else, you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that was our 10 or so ways to bring Christ into Christmas. I hope you guys use all of them, some of them, use them as traditions for the years to come. We'll keep looking and trying to make new ones available to you guys in some of the next videos. But this is the only list we have, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you have anything else you thought of? Cool. Well, as always, you guys, thanks for listening. If you like this list, like, comment, share it so more people can see it. Get Christ involved in Christmas. And go to YouTube, Today's Disciple, subscribe, see more of our videos, see ones you missed, see our sermons. And remember, you guys, never lose hope.
You don't know it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.